that up, right? Let me just get on here. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get the grip straight on here. Hold on. Oh, okay. We're so busy worrying about what other people are. We're not worrying about our own business, right? We're not worrying about our own business. We're worrying about the transgenders who are not bothering us. Hell, I don't even know when I've ever seen a transgender. To even know that they never bothered me. Did any even bother you? Did you? I mean, I'm just keeping it real. Have you seen any lately? Has anybody bothered you? To hate them so much and to keep them in the forefront of woke. Nothing's woke. We're waking up to realize, wake up, America. Not woke, wake up to realize that they're waking and woken up your brain because they want to manipulate your brain. So everything's woke. Everything right is woke. Everything that's truth and just has got to be woke. People that are different have got to be killed. God bless. God forbid. They're not wanted here because they don't look like us. They're transforming. Who gives a shit if they're transforming? That's their business, not ours. And this is what we're worrying about instead of rents. Rents that are so high right now that a tiny little cubicle is $2,500 a month, and we're worrying about transgenders. And the funniest thing is we're embedding all this stuff into young people's head, young adults' heads that are like from 18 to 20 some years old on up. We're embedding this into their heads. That's the ones that turn against you because you're embedding it in their heads so much. And then when they turn around and turn it against people, it's a hard reality and a hard pill to swallow, right? And it's really serious, everybody. Stay politically neutral because all this bullshit of Republican and Democrat going at one another, and you see it every day, is disgraceful. And you see it live, and you see it on these syndicated news outlets. Hell, I better not say it now because then I'll get woo-wooed off again. You see it, and you see how they're talking. And they want the homeless, who people are struggling and working every day. That's why a lot of people are homeless. They're struggling and working every day to survive. And they may not be able to afford a roof over their heads. So those type of people that are struggling and homeless, God forbid, no. You cannot have a home. Hold on a second, everybody. I gotta plug in. Hold on. We're here. Oh my goodness, this isn't even plugged in. Hold on. Oh my God. Hold on, everyone. I gotta get this on before this. There we go. It shouldn't go. Whew. So God forbid, they're the ones that they're picking on, even if the homeless people have mental health problems. And I went somewhere. I'm not even going to say where I went. A friend of mine. We went somewhere. I'm not even going to say where. It was out of state. I'm not even going to say where. And on this side of the road, there was hookers, drug dealers. I'm not lying to you. Now on this side, there was a little park with 3 homeless people in it. And the police, they were bothering whoever they were. I don't know if they were police or little security. They were bothering those 3 homeless people that were just sitting under a tree. But yet it was visible that there was hookers and drug dealers right on the other side of this park. But they ignored that and straight up went to these 3 homeless people that were sitting in this park. Does this make any sense? We're doing so much shit backward now that it's not even frontward. We don't even, I'm telling you. And this is the political divide that's happening. It really is what's happening in our country. We're so fucked up. We're so worried about dumb stuff that we're not worried about real stuff, like problems exactly with the homeless who have mental health problems, or not even just that, who are struggling to try to get money to pay rent, that are working their asses off 90 hours a week, right? People are struggling out there. And for this man to go on and say that homeless people should be injected, oh my God, lethally injected. We're taking turns for worse in our country, everybody. I mean, this is actually, I'll tell you the God's truth. This is so far beyond childish shit that's happening in our country. This is actually childish bullshit. It really is. And this, and it's ripping the guts up out of our seams, and we're not going to recover from this for a while, because we're so politically divided here that it's disgraceful. And we're so worrying about transgenders, gay people, who gives a crap, when we got to worry about real issues. I mean, I'm not sitting and worrying about a transgender person. I have not seen any. No one's bothered me to sit and constantly worry about these people. But yet, we got real issues going on in our government, in our society. And we're sitting here demeaning people, demeaning our own American citizens who are struggling for housing, for food. We are demeaning people over and over again that is Americans. Why are we doing this? Why do we want to divide up our own selves and then kiss fucking everybody else's ass across the country who don't even like us? I like to know this. I'm serious. We are kissing everyone's ass overseas who don't give a fuck about us, who are not our friends. But we're kissing their asses and dividing up our own country here in America. Can you make this stuff up? This is childish. This is absolutely childish. What is happening to our society here in America? And the boldness and the aggression of people going at one another now. I don't know how we're going to do this. But I realize the solution. It's very easy, because the thing is, if you're a winner, you don't have to go on any kind of platform, right? A winner doesn't have to go on any platform and cause divide. Because guess what? A winner is someone who builds a team up. A team, your country, they build it up, not putting it down. And I'm here to tell you, it's time to build up. It's time to build everyone up. I don't care if you're a racist. I don't care if you're gay, straight, trans. We're so sick of hearing that word. We're so sick of hearing the word woke. I'm so tired of hearing the word woke, because we're not woke. They're unwaking us at this point in time. This is getting disgraceful. And so now, we've got so many different things going on in our country. And with Charlie Kirk getting assassinated, and people are calling for an uproar and people to hurt one another. And it's really, really, really sad. Instead of going, let's unite and not judge. Let's unite and not judge. But no, we can't do that. We cannot do that in our country. We just want so much trouble and drama all day. Every day it's a dramatic story on all these. It doesn't matter what podcast. It doesn't matter what syndicated news outlet it is. I'm not even going to mention them, because then I'll just twirl like that. Because, when you're telling the truth, it gets to twirling. But the thing is, we are beyond this divide. We're already gone. We're already gone. All right? We're already going to the guts. And in the other countries that don't like us, they're looking at us like we're fucking nuts because we're beating our own selves over the head. We're hurting our own selves, as a matter of fact. We are hurting our own selves over and over again. And we're not doing any. Why don't we just uplift one another? How hard is it? Can I ask everybody a question? How hard is it to get along with one another instead of all this political divide? This is why I'm honestly saying, everybody, please stay politically neutral. Stay politically neutral. That way you're not getting in the middle of it. And the people that want to go to the Republican side or the Democrat side, let them go ahead. But you stay politically neutral, because then that way your ass don't have to get in the middle of their bullshit. And you're not worrying about who's transgender, who's right, because you're neutral and you don't want to hear the bullshit. Exactly. I mean, the hate is beyond what I've never seen. Nothing like this in my whole life. And you know, I can't even say any kind of news outlets names or else I'll get in trouble. I've just got dropped down on YouTube. But I'm just saying, when these people on these different outlets, news outlets, big outlets, starting with an F, starting with a C, and I'm not doing the YMCA either. I'm keeping it real. When they can come out and say that homeless people who are struggling for housing should be injected in involuntary, mofro, Brian, you know, involuntary injected, when these people are out here struggling their asses off to try to pay rent. But yet it's okay to sit up there in that chair and go, well, they need to be involuntary injected. And you need to be voluntary. Guess what? You need to be involuntary fired. That's what you need to be. You need to be fired. Brian needs to be literally fired from that F network, right? Can't say the full name because guess what? It'll twirl. Because there's homeless people that are hurting. And you don't put people down. See, in our country, we're not getting along. This is the reason why we're not getting along. Is because we're looking at people and going, oh, I'm better than that. And this is the sad part of it. I'm urging everybody, please stay out of this political mess. Honest to God, please. I see so many people posting on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and all these various platforms. And it's scary. Don't get in the middle of this stuff. Because guess what? As you're going in the middle of this stuff and doing this, you could lose your jobs. You can freaking, you know what I'm saying? All this is backbite. All this, and then you're putting all this out there that you're going to go after certain races and transgender people that didn't do anything or right? This is all backbite to get you down. Don't fall into this. As a matter of fact, I'm independent. I encourage all of you to go to the independent side because we don't play this political game like this. I'm serious. Because when you fall into these groups and align with them, you have no idea what you're aligning with until you realize that you're in it so deep. And then before you realize that, you know, lost your job, this and that, or you can't get a job because then the bosses look on social media and see what all you're posting. And people don't think about that. And this is what's happening, everybody. We got to stop this political violence. We have to. And to stop it is ending the cycle of posting about it. And because if you keep posting about it, it's bleeding in, it's festering in. And we're not sitting and worrying about who is sleeping with who. That's their choice. That's their option. That's whatever they want to do. Do you pay these people's bills to worry about? If you're paying a transgender person's bill to get transformed, then you got something to worry about. That is their problem that they are like that. That is their business. Who are we to go, oh, well, I don't like you? When we don't even know these people. They never done nothing to us. But we keep digging and harping and dividing. I see so many videos of people being racist against people that aren't even doing anything to them. And it's on both sides of the political coin. And we call ourselves Americans when we're slamming each other in the faces. How can we call ourselves Americans when we're hurting one another? How about if we, just say for instance, like we were in this big war, right? With another country. How the hell could we fight? We're fighting our own selves. We are literally fighting our own selves like dogs. How in the hell could we fight another country up again and have to stand lockstep beside one another when we don't even like one another? Listen, if I was in a fight, and I'll tell you the truth, I'll tell you a motorcycle story. I was on my motorcycle riding it. And these guys ran me off the road and I went down into a ditch. These two burly women came up out of their car, pulled my motorcycle up out of this ditch and pulled me up out of the ditch. Did you think I went and looked at those women and go, oh, you're gay. I didn't want you to help me. My fucking bike was down in the ditch and so was I. Are you going to look at somebody and go, oh, well, you're a white gay woman. You two, I don't want you to I don't want you to touch my motorcycle now. Yous are gay. Okay? Hells to the no. Think about what we're doing here before we do it. Are you going to look at a black man and your tire's flat on a dark road and that man just pulls over and don't see your skin texture, but pulls over because he's kind enough to pull over and don't know that you're white and racist and say, can I help you with your flat tire? Or are you going to sit there in the dark, dude, and say, no, I'm racist, I'm a neo-Nazi, I don't want your fucking help. You're black. I mean, we gotta start using our minds and start using our ignorance. And we are not doing this right now in our country. We are using so much ignorance, it's not even funny. We are taking bits and pieces of what the news is telling us and telling us that people of all colors, of all races, of all religions are bad. When have any of these people ever done anything to you? Let me tell you something. Put it down here if they did. Put it down there if they did in the comments. And I guarantee you won't fill up a comment because no one has encountered it. So why are we racist? Do you think I was homophobic that day? I didn't like gay people at that time. Until these gay ladies stopped their motor. I mean, they literally pulled me up out of I was down in a ditch. And they were two gay ladies. They were so kind to me. Did they hit on me? Absolutely not. That's another myth that the news outlets want you to say. That every gay person's hitting on innocent people. That is not true. This is another myth. Gay people are out molesting children. That's a goddamn lie. Stop believing this stuff. Stop believing what these news medias are telling you about people that are different than you and I. Do you think I wanted to sit down in that ditch and let no one help me? Or do you think I'm going to I thanked them for helping me. But no, we're so blinded to see that what the news medias are doing to our minds are manipulating them against one another. And it's wrong. It's really, really wrong. It really is. Take time to realize before you hurt others. Take time to realize that maybe someday you could be in a situation where you are in the dark and somebody could pull up and may not look how you want them to look and help you. I'm God serious, everybody. Wake up. Because what is happening now it's really scary. I feel like crying. This is how much we're in a divide, everybody. This is how we are in such a racial divide that we don't know that everyone should help one another. If I see somebody along the side of the road, God forbid, and it's dark, don't you think we should try to help people? It doesn't matter what color. We shouldn't see their religion. We should see the aspect of kindness. I think we got to start spreading kindness throughout our country, because no, everybody wants an uproar, and I don't. We can't afford it right now. People's bills are going up so high. People are actually losing their jobs. As a matter of fact, I saw something that I thought this AI stuff taking people's jobs was like not even real. Guess what? Until I saw it. They're doing construction out here in the and down the road, they had flag holders, humans holding flags, okay, to stop the traffic, to start the traffic, right? Guess what? They just turned it now to a robotic arm that stops the traffic. So all those jobs of all the people that were flag holders stopping and starting the traffic were no more. Now it's a robotic arm stopping and starting the traffic. And we're worrying about transgender when robots are taking over our jobs. And it's just not black people. It's not white people. It's not Mexicans that are taking over our jobs. It is robots and IA. But yet we're worrying about everybody else, and we're worrying about transgender this and all woke stuff. Ain't nobody got time for that. I saw it. All those people that were working, holding the flags, they lost their jobs and went to the robotic arm. And if you think that we're not in deep doo-doo of people losing jobs here in our country over AI and robots, you got another thing coming. It is real. I saw it from my own eyes. And we're sitting and worrying about what color someone is. We're sitting and worrying about what political line somebody is. Listen, we're all different. We can believe the political line that we want to, but when it comes down to hurting innocent people, that's a whole nother story, everyone. We don't gotta go that political gut low to get our point across. Yes, you can be a Republican and don't go that gut low. Yes, you can be a Democrat and don't go that gut low. And meet me in the middle. We ain't even going either way. And I'm telling you, it is, I will pound this out for the next time. I am telling everybody, stay out of this political narrative. Get into the independent realm. I'm not lying to you. If there's an independent runner, seriously, because there's too much backbite going on with Republicans and Democrats that we can't even afford this anymore. And there's got to be a new flow of happiness. We got to get something happy going here in our country, because right now it's sad. We're living in sad times. Do you realize that some of my friends are paying so much money in rent just for a tiny little place? It's not even funny that they can even barely afford to eat, because they have to keep a roof over their head, working 50 to 60 hours a week, or 70, even up to 80, just to keep the roof over their head. And that's not even their car insurance, their food, or anything. And we're sitting and worrying about transgenders, everybody. We can't do this no more. Honestly, please stay political neutral. Don't get in the middle of this. Even, it doesn't matter who tells you. Please listen to me, everybody. It doesn't matter who tells you to fight, to do this, to that. Stay politically neutral. It's not fun. It's terrible. If you stay politically neutral, you're staying out of the drama that they want you in, right? It's not funny. It's just horrible what's happening. And I refuse to just go into this political madness that's happening right now. And I talked about it. Yeah, the robots. Oh, great, right? This guy said a robot would have way better conversation. That's your opinion, and I love it. Maybe it's so, right? Probably speak more properly than I do. So, hey, I love you. Okay, so everybody, thank you for watching this Snap Talk Live. I'm sorry. It's about stopping the political violence, of the madness of this political machine of anything, whether it's Democrats, Republicans, or meet me in the middle. I mean, we got to just be kind to one another. We got to actually reach over the aisle at some point in time. And a Republican has got to shake a Democrat's hand. A Democrat has got to shake a Republican's hand, or else we're never going to get through nothing. If we cannot agree to disagree and be amicable toward one another instead of hatefulness, how are we going to move mountains in this world? How are we going to move mountains in our own country if we are so divided that we can't even say hi to one another? It doesn't matter if you are Democrat or Republican. I mean, it shouldn't even matter a party line for us to even get along with one another. Everybody has their own opinions, and that's fine. But when you start hurting people and you start putting out blasphemy to hurt people, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story, everybody. Please believe me. Hi, Scarface. Hi, everybody. But yeah, exactly. We're getting distracted. And we're not even going to get into stuff that we're getting distracted about, because like I'm a move forward type of person. I don't think about the stuff that's back here. We got to just keep moving forward. And we got to keep moving our country forward. And if we keep looking backward at crazy stuff from the past, we are not moving our country forward. Even though it's like you go, oh my God, this happened or that happened, we have got to keep moving forward in a way, everyone. We got to, in order to move this country forward. We can't keep going back to crazy stuff. We got to keep moving forward in a positive direction and bringing unity to our country instead of so much divide. And right now we're upset, and our country is beyond upset and divided, right? And everybody's allowed to have their opinions no matter who you are. And that's fine, no matter who you are. It's only amicable that all of us have our own opinions, whether we believe one another or not. That is the American way, everyone. Is if you say something and I may not agree with you, but I'll go, okay, that's opinion and I respect that. Not, or lash out, because that's not right, because we're all human. And when we get that point to where all of us have our own respect level that we are at, and can respect people's opinion without getting mad at them, getting smart at them, getting vile at them, getting hateful toward them, then that's when our country will turn around. But if we don't get that part, we'll never turn the ship around, and it's got to turn around at some point in time. We got to have a new step to our life here in this country, because we're tired of all this negative energy. Honestly, I think I don't know if I'm the only one that's just tired of all this, because I see so many other things that are happening, and that we got to be focusing on, and rather than the negative energy of the political machines that are moving and trying to convince us of things. But I wanted to, before I end this, I wanted to talk about this really quick. Now, I don't know, I just heard this briefly, but I don't know, listen, I didn't dig into it. I'll dig into it tonight. But they were saying something about we could, quite possibly, have a draft about something. Now, think about a draft, everybody. This is a whole nother topic. I mean, this is like a draft, everybody. Can you make this up? Now, think about this. Russia, Putin, okay? What they did to Poland. Think about this. If we get into the middle of this and we get into a draft situation, do you realize we're fighting amongst each other that we are not going to be able to handle something like that? Our country, 18 to 25 years old. Think about it, everybody. Think about this and hang on to this for tomorrow's topic, because I think that if we would go into that type of status, I think this country would just fall apart. It would crumble. But I heard something about that. Something about drafting or something. Do you realize 18 to 25? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? So keep that in mind, everybody. And let's talk tomorrow on Snap Talk Live. This interestingly beautiful, unapologetic talk